Thank you so much, and it's really good to be here. You know, sometimes when I'm in my moment of reflections, to look over some of the horrific things that African American experienced during the civil rights era, when we saw hooded individuals go into our homes and tear apart our families. During slavery here in America, you would see that those who owned the plantations would not only use brutal force, mothers used to give birth in the fields just to go out and continue to work the fields. At night, they will enter the cabin and rape the girls, the mothers, and sometimes even rape the boys. I think about those painful moments, and I say there's not much I can do about it. There's not much I can do. Those times have passed, and you can only wish that you are around during those times to do something significant. And so I say to you, the influencers, the credible messengers, those of you who are part of this movement, that in some way I envy you, because I cannot turn back the historical moments of devastation that happened to African Americans. But you are now on the precipice to decide what direction we're going to move at, not only as a country, but as a globe. You go back and look at 1941 to 1943. Even during the midst of Nazi Germany and some of the hatred and barbaric acts that took place, there were Jewish people who decided that even if they lose their lives, they will fight. Over 100 ghettos, there were uprisings, and they fought whatever they had. They used whatever means just for the dignity of not allowing themselves to be destroyed. And you don't need to pick up bullets and guns here in America. You only have to pick up your devices. You only have to use the million of followers you have to change the course. And I say to you, don't underestimate the level of hatred we're seeing that's become pervasive and normalized on the same platforms that you use every day. Anyone of Jewish faith that's a detached spectator during this period of time and only use their social media apparatus to be economically sound, you're making a big mistake. You're making a big mistake. This hate is so pervasive. And if you were fortunate enough to speak and have one of your grandparents who have survived the Holocaust, they would tell you the same fear they feel in the pit of their stomachs is the fear they felt then. And I think it's three primary things we must do right now. Number one, we need to enter the college campuses and stop them from becoming places where they are breeding hatred, not only to the Jewish community, but to our country called America. Our young people are being radicalized. Our young people are being radicalized to believe that there's real reasons to hate because the historical relationships that we've had with all groups are currently being ignored. Number two, social media. There must be a full frontal assault on social media and the algorithms that are being used to bring our people into dark places. Truth no longer matters, and they have become accustomed to using these algorithms to deny the facts. Anytime you see a celebration of Hamas and Hezbollah and ISIS, that is a place that we should never go to, but no one is pushing back on a real organized way to say truth must be told and not romanticizing those who hate. I cannot believe you could have any organization in this country that calls themselves Gays for Hamas. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And number three, We have to lean into the discomfort of knowing new people. Our rooms can only look like those who walk like us, talk like us, eat the same food, listen to the same music, and do the same thing. I know of my friends and colleagues that come from different ethnic groups, and our ancestors know of them because they were present. But what about your generation, those of you who are young people? Do you know my son Jordan? Do you know the young Latino leaders who are fighting for some reason? Where's our voices while Haiti right now is being devastated? Where are we on Sudan's war? Where are we with playing out across the globe? For us to understand each other, we must embrace each other. Israel was one of the first countries that went to Haiti to give them a relief during the hurricane. We should be standing up and acknowledging what we're doing. Your story must be completely told. Passover is more than your history and your way of life as Jews. That moment should also be reflected on the historical relationships that we've had and the role you played in the civil rights movement, the role that you have shown on many other different movements. And we must dismantle this hate that we're seeing and ensure that we can build the type of city and the type of globe that we want. And so, no, you'll never be one of the 100 fighters in the ghettos, but this is your moment now to be the freedom fighters. This is your moment to use the tools you have. Not an AK-47, not an automatic weapon, but your platforms. Your platforms can actually change the course of what we are experiencing, not only in New York, not only across America, but across the globe. There's no room for hate in this city. There's no room for hate on our globe. And together we can turn it around. Doesn't matter where you go, where you come from, if you wear a hijab, a yarmulke, a kufi, a Sikh turban, doesn't matter where you go to worship, to pray, or not at all. It doesn't matter. I know we're members of the greatest race alive, and that's the human race. Let's lift each other up. Thank you.